Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Metal Truthers today. It's Brandon. I've got some stuff to tell you about the election. I'm just going to make this a fairly quick video, maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes long. uh, if you haven't noticed, the early elections, early voting has begun in a lot of places, and there's been a lot, and I mean a lot of reports of the electronic voting machines that have been switching the votes for Trump to Hillary. And I just wanted to let y'all know that you do have the option to request a paper ballot so that this does not happen to you. If they will not give you a paper ballot, which they are required to do by law, you can ask them where you can go to vote to where they will give you a paper ballot. Um, there's also been some reports of people standing in and trying to influence voters, like inside the voting booths and inside the building itself and everything. Um, do not. If you see someone that's standing in there with a Hillary sticker, Trump sticker, whatever, trying to influence the votes, they are not allowed to do that by federal law. Call someone and report them. Call your local police or whoever and report these people. You have a right to vote for who you want to without anyone trying to influence it inside the polling place. Um, do not listen to these people. You do have that right, and what they are doing is very illegal. Um, and more on Hillary Clinton. There was another reporter found dead. I believe it was a couple of days ago. Of course, you're not going to hear anything about this on the mainstream media, but it was someone set to testify against Hillary Clinton. He was found dead. Um, as far as the emails and all that goes, Hillary Clinton keeps blaming it on Russia, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, Russia is getting pissed. They are getting sick of it. They're moving nukes to the Polish border. They're getting them ready to fire. If Hillary Clinton wins, we are going to end up in a war with Russia. And thanks to Obama's weakening of the U.S. military, we are not equipped for a war with Russia. I mean, they will wipe us off the face of the map. United States will no longer be a country. It'll be a highly radioactive landmass, basically. Um, a vote for Hillary is pretty much a vote for a war with Russia right at this point. And, like I just said, we are not equipped for a war with Russia. They will tear us up. We are screwed if we get into a war with Russia. And because Russia has so many allies like China, it'll erupt into World War III is already being set up. But a vote for Hillary will basically expedite World War III coming in. And I'm not trying to tell you to vote for Trump because I'm fairly certain that it should be pretty obvious that he is, you know, just another part of the global elite's plan. Because a everything he's been saying, I mean, everything he's been talking about, everything he's been saying that he's going to do, everything he's been exposing, that's enough right there to just tell you that the only reason he's still alive is because he is one of them, and he's just saying what he can to get to the people's vote, saying he's for a smaller government. But unfortunately, if we're going to vote, we have to vote for somebody. And I know the write-in is an option, but dear Jesus, please do not vote for Bernie Sanders. We've seen what socialism does in other countries. Look at Venezuela; they are completely collapsing as we speak. So whatever you do, please, I am begging you, please don't vote for Bernie Sanders. Please don't write Bernie Sanders in. But no, back to the whole Hillary Clinton thing. She has said numerous times that it was Russia that's been exposing the emails, and we even have an American that has claimed responsibility, an American hacker that has claimed responsibility for the emails. And, Hillary just keeps poking Russia's buttons, and it's not good. It will end the country and pretty much everything that lives here as we know it, except, of course, the government. We all know they have the bunkers to hide in case of something like that. So the government will be fine, but you and me, as the normal citizen, will be screwed. Just make sure you follow your best decision and who you vote for. Know what you're voting for. And to be honest, I have to agree with Donald Trump on a lot of things he says. No, I do not trust him. I do not trust him at all. You know, it's he says a lot of things that are good, but how can you get that far talking about everything he's been talking about, exposing everything he's been saying? Um, the last president that did that was JFK, and we all know what happened there. You know, not to make a not to make a bad morbid pun or anything, but everything that JFK talked about, ending the Federal Reserve, bringing down the big banks, all that, it, and what happened to him, it was mind blowing to say the least. Again, I say no pun intended, but JFK said everything he did, and then Donald Trump is saying a lot of the same stuff that JFK was saying. Yet he's still alive and he's actually running for president. The difference is JFK didn't say this stuff before he got in office. He waited until after he was already elected and then started saying everything that he was going to do to help the American people out. And that's probably the biggest problem is of course everything they say sounds good, but just remember these people are not for us the citizens. They are for themselves and they are for the bigger global government. That's the end game. That's the result of everything that they're going to pass. That should be obvious at this point. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. People like us, like me and my co-host Wraith, that's normally on here with me, they just want to get rid of us because we are waking people up. We are letting them know what's really happening behind the scenes, and they don't like that at all. They know we're telling people what's really happening, and I mean, me and him, we've been followed by the black SUVs. We've been followed by the police. We've been followed. We've had our phones tapped. Of course, that's supposed to be illegal, but it happens as well as we do. Anybody that's got half a brain knows it's happening. And, it happens to us. It happens to anybody that does these YouTube channels. Unfortunately, that's the truth of it. And I mean, it's not necessarily that we're paranoid or anything, but when you see it happening all around you, there comes a point where you can literally no longer deny it. Um, just me and Wraith are gonna do a longer episode later. We're gonna get into a lot more in-depth subjects. We're gonna do a lot more, talk about a lot more, expose a lot more. Uh, we just haven't really had much of a time. He's been busy. He's been he comes home from work every day pretty much exhausted. Unfortunately for me right now, I'm out of work thanks to this wonderful economy. Thank you, President Obama. Um, as some of you know, I'm sure I haven't ever really talked about it much, but a lot of you know I'm a machinist by trade, and machining jobs just don't come around like they used to. Especially with me living here in Alabama, our uh, our economy is basically military dependent here, and yeah, we are still at war, but the military hasn't really been pushing anything too awfully hard right now, especially with the elections. It's slowing down, which means a lot has dampened down in the Alabama economy. Um, so yeah, I'm out of work. When I do get back to work, we will have better production equipment. We will have better sound quality on our videos. We will have guests on. There's a lot going to be changing here soon on the Metal Truthers channel. Just make sure you keep sharing the channel. We don't get many views. We maybe get 5 to 6 views per video if we're lucky. Some of our videos have gotten on up in the 70s and 80s, but it's not often that happens. So just keep sharing our channel. Keep keep getting the word out. Everything you do, every listen helps. Everything you do helps us out. Get the word out. We want to wake people up. We want to get the word out about our existence. It's imperative that we get the word out and let people know what's really going on behind the scenes. Yeah, of course, some of them's going to think we're, you know, whack jobs, conspiracy theorists, and all that, but it takes a lot to break through the programming because you're programmed literally from birth. So just keep spreading the word, get metal truthers out there, wake people up. This has been Brandon. I appreciate you guys for listening. Remember, keep it real, keep it metal.